Well, good evening, everyone. It's Father Richard again, Servite Friar, here in Forli, Italy. And it is Tuesday, the 29th of April, and I'm standing in front of our church, the Basilica of St. Peregrine, our beloved saint, patron saint of those who have cancer. So I have spent the day doing many things today, and I just finished a wonderful dinner, evening dinner. We call it Cena here, as opposed to the big meal of the day, which is pranzo, more or less in the midday. And I am going to walk back to the hotel where I happen to be staying during this week, and I thought I would just do a little video of the walk. It's a beautiful evening. It's getting a little dark, but not really so much. And the walk back to the hotel is just 5 minutes or so. So you might hear me talk a little bit, and I hope I can hold my little camera steady, and you might hear some motorcycles go by or an occasional car. But this is the Piazza Morgagni, the Piazza Morgagni, where the church is located. And I've just turned around, and I'm going to cross the little street here, and you'll see when I turn that it's a pretty straight walk up the street and then around the corner to the hotel. So let me tell you a little bit about the day today. I slept in because I arrived in Rome just Monday morning and went to our college, the Collegio Sant'Alessio in Rome, with my friar friend and brother, Franco Azzali. We studied theology together back in 1980. And after he picked me up, we drove into the college, and oh my goodness, I couldn't begin to describe what the traffic in Rome is like. I wasn't scared, but it was more chaos than I was anticipating. In any case, that being done, we got to the college safely, and I had to repack my things a little bit to drop off my main luggage and to just take what I would need for a week, along with my camera equipment. So we jumped back into the car, Franco and I, along with one of the other friars, the prior of the community there, Father Sergio Ziliani, and we proceeded to drive almost across Italy. It took about 3.5 hours or so. Italy's not a very wide country. It's long, but not necessarily wide. And it rained like cats and dogs off and on the entire trip. It was amazing, kind of stormy weather. So we finally arrived in Forli, I would think, probably around 7:30 in the evening. And we were greeted by the pastor of the church, and then Franco and Sergio drove me over to my hotel, or I should say, actually, they walked me over because it wasn't that far away. Sorry for the traffic going by. I hope you can still hear me. And I checked into the hotel, went upstairs, put my things away, and wouldn't you know, I slept for 10 solid hours. 10 solid hours because I was just about that tired. In any case, more traffic, more cars, not a lot, but kind of noisy. And I got up this morning and joined Franco at the church. We did some touring around, looked at so many pieces of art and statuary. We visited the body of St. Peregrine, which has been removed from its normal place and put almost in the center of the church on the side. And it's open there for veneration of the faithful during these coming days. Here in Forli, I might mention that the Feast of St. Peregrine is celebrated on the 1st of May, not the 4th of May, like we do in the States. It seems to be a unique celebration for the town of Forli. So we did that for a few hours, And then we sat down for an amazing pranzo lunch, and then more touring. And then in the afternoon, I was involved with celebrating, as it were, the novena to St. Peregrine. There were about 50 people there. And then the church continued to fill up a little bit more. You see some of the people locally walking their dogs for the evening passeggiata. There's some traffic coming down the street, as you can see. So I'm waiting here. And then Mass. Let me go back just a little bit. The novena was at 4:30, and then the Mass was at 5:30, and it was being presided at by one of the local bishops, a very young man, but quite tall, about a foot taller than me. Pretty impressive. So the pastor, who was Filipino, Roger, and I celebrated. We were like the two miniatures next to this very tall bishop. And all of the servers, the cross bearer, the candle bearers, and the acolytes of this Mass were women, which was also very impressive, very inclusive, very impressive. So I'm going to turn down this street, and the hotel is going to be right down here. You see how quick that went. So I celebrated Mass this afternoon with the bishop, and then we went in and had Cena, the dinner, and it was indeed wonderful. The priests and the staff, the cooks and helpers there at the parish, we all ate together around the common table, and we had a wonderful time. And just about 10 or 15 minutes ago, I bid them all farewell for the evening. So here is my hotel. Go out here and turn around. As you can see, the Hotel Marta, and it's kind of a plain building. Looks like that. And I have a very simple little room with my bathroom, private bathroom, and it is perfectly wonderful, adequate, close to the church, and a place to which I can repair my soul and my poor body. But I can tell you, dear friends, I am just enjoying being here in Forli, and I am thinking of all of you and keeping you in my prayers as I am here, and inviting you to spread the word about my channel, and to ask you and to invite others to subscribe and to like, and to continue with me along my journey, my adventure, my dream come true here in Forli for the Feast of St. Peregrine, to be celebrated formally on the 1st of May, and then for ourselves, my special Mass for all of you on the 4th of May, which is Sunday. God bless you, and may the Blessed Virgin Mary watch over you with Christ, her Son. Good evening and good night. I'll be back again real soon.